How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the Crypto Unveiled YouTube channel. In today's video we'll be taking a look at Flux. See, the current price of Flux is currently sat at just over 21 cents per Flux, and you can see the market cap is actually quite a substantial market cap compared to what I normally cover on my channel. See, it's got $81.34 million in the current market cap, but I do still believe that this market cap is actually undervalued for the potential that Flux actually has. See, the 24-hour volume on Flux is setting at just under $10.6 million, actually up 15% on the day, which again, really nice to see. And you see the volume to market cap ratio over the last 24 hours is actually up to 12.73%, which is absolutely crazy. This is a crazy high volume compared to the market cap ratio, which is always a really good thing to see, because of course when you're looking at coins, you always want to see the volume to be fairly high. Obviously you don't want it to be stupidly high, because that indicates, you know, a lot of trading or something's going on. But, you know, for the volume to be around 12%, you know, I'd oftentimes like to see it in around a 6 to 8%. I'll say around 8% is probably a sweet spot. So for it to be around 12%, this is definitely a good sign. See, the circulating supply of Flux is currently set at just over 383 million Flux, with the max supply sitting at 440 million Flux. You see, over the last day, it's actually down 9%, which isn't, you know, it's not the best thing to see in the world. Over the last 7 days, down 5%. Over the last month, down 16%. Over the last year, down 57%. But all time, it's still actually up over just about 700%. But yeah, so over the last year, if we look at the yearly chart, you can see Flux hasn't been doing so well over the last year. But like I say in most of my videos, guys, it all depends on perspective, on, you know, how long are you holding Flux? Are you hopeful for the future of Flux, or are you just holding Flux for the short term to try and make some gains? Because for the people who are holding Flux long term, this slight dip in price will actually be a good thing, because they can actually pick up more Flux at a discount. If you're looking just short term, though, of course you're going to be looking at this very negatively, because you've lost a bunch of money short term. But, you know, like again I said, money is not lost until you actually sell the coin. So people who actually are, you know, willing to hold on to Flux, you know, you might see a much bigger, greater return on your investment, or maybe even get even more money when you buy more Flux now and then it goes up. You might actually see even more gains. So again, all depends on your perspective. But yeah, once again, if you look at the all-time chart though, people who invested all the way back in 2018 are probably still up a very good amount. I mean, still 700% is still crazy gains, especially compared to the stock market, which probably be up in, you know, what's this, about 7 years, probably be up only maximum maybe 100%. So still absolutely crazy gains. But if we look at the all-time high that Flux did actually have compared to the current price of it is right now, this is probably one of the main reasons why I'm so bullish on Flux. I guess maybe not the main reason, but one of the reasons why I'm so bullish on Flux, because if you look at the all-time high compared to the price right now, we are so low right now, guys. See, the all-time high hit just under $2.80, and we are currently sat at 21 cents. So I believe Flux is extremely undervalued, especially from the fact that this was all the way back in 2022, and I believe Flux has continued to build and grow over the last few years and adapt and basically create more and more features, which, you know, I believe is just going to keep pushing Flux up there, and hopefully, you know, eventually Flux will actually get the recognition that it deserves. But let's now actually go ahead and jump into what actually is Flux all about. So we are on the Flux official website, which is runonflux.com if you want to come check it out for yourself. But Flux is all about Web3 cloud computing. So you can see here, build, deploy scalable applications on Flux, a global decentralized cloud infrastructure for flexible and censorship resistant development. So it's very similar to, I guess, you know, normal cloud computing, where there'd be a server, or, you know, you can use it for storage or for, you know, for computing. But the only difference with Flux is it's completely decentralized. So I believe they use many different, you know, host computers all around the world. I believe there's actually a marketplace right now, which you can actually sell your computing power to Flux, and they can actually, you know, it goes into the network and you get a small cut. I'm probably in the Flux token, the form of Flux tokens. But that was what a Flux was originally designed to be, and I guess that still is, I guess you could say, still is their main goal, and their main focus is all about Web3 cloud computing. But what is great about Flux, like I said, is they're just continuing to update and bring out new features about Flux as well. So you can see here, they've got 3 main features here, and I believe there's still loads more if we click on ecosystem in a second here. But you can see here, build decentralized apps on Flux Cloud. I'd probably say this is probably one of their main features. Compute with Flux Edge, and they've got automate with Flux AI as well, which I believe Flux AI is actually very new. And like I say in many of my videos, you know, AI is the new big buzzword in not only cryptocurrency but the whole world. You know, everyone's talking about AI. So the fact that Flux has actually managed to implement AI is only going to be, you know, really, really good as well. But yeah, let's go back to, I guess we can navigate over here to Flux Cloud and talk a little bit more about Flux Cloud, because this is, you know, their main sort of selling point. The main feature, I believe, is why so many people know about Flux. So you can see here, Flux Cloud, create, launch and scale. Develop on a native decentralized cloud architecture, providing customizable execution environments for secure and scalable on-chain developments. And if we scroll down a little bit more here, this is going to be the biggest reason why so many people are actually going to be using Flux, because it's basically a no-brainer. And this is, of course, what I'm talking about is going to be all about price. So if we look here, you can see Flux Cloud is offering a service for $2.29. If we go ahead and look at the competitors, which by the way guys are offering the exact same service, there's nothing changed, this is all the same. So before I get comments saying, you know, this is different service, this is the exact same service, nothing's changing at all. $2.29 compared to Google Cloud, $176, AWS almost $80, and Azure $116, guys, for the exact same service. And we switch it to, you know, to more memory and more, I guess, yeah, more memory and probably a better CPU. You can see here $4 compared to $300, $135, $233. Scale it up again, $7.62 compared to $600, $476 and $247, guys. This is just absolutely crazy, guys. For people who, you know, for people and companies, I guess, big companies as well, because I believe WordPress has already partnered with Flux, which just goes to show that big companies are willing to partner with Flux. You know, even if the service wasn't, you know, it was maybe slightly worse than these other companies, the price alone is going to turn so many heads and is going to make so many companies consider Flux for that. But the fact that Flux offers the exact same service, it literally is a no-brainer. It's a fraction of the cost for the exact same service, and I believe this is basically just one of the biggest selling points for Flux, or is the biggest selling point for Flux. Let alone if you click here on the ecosystem, you can see all the other different things they've got on Flux, as well as you can see here what I talked about just then, WordPress. So WordPress on Flux Cloud. So you can see here, WordPress is actually powered by Flux. I don't know if it's the whole of WordPress or just a portion of it, or they're just trying it out or whatever, but the fact that WordPress is even partnered with Flux Cloud is just absolutely crazy, and I just can't believe that Flux hasn't got more recognition than it is currently. So last part of the video, what is my personal price prediction for Flux? Of course, I believe this is probably one of the most undervalued coins. I know I say this about a lot of coins, but with Flux, the partners they have, the team, the amount of features, and just the fact that their main service is basically a no-brainer for a lot of people, well, basically everyone, you know, all people and companies, is all down to, you know, I guess the final point comes down to they just need to get their name out there. They need to get their marketing up to scratch, and I really do believe this is going to be the main goal, or the biggest key to actually get Flux exploding in price. So my conservative estimate for Flux, I would like to say around a 5x. More bullish me would like to say a 10x, but I'd like to go on the conservative side. I would like to say my conservative estimate. So I'd like to say, you know, around a 5x would probably be very conservative in the next, you know, next coming years, next couple years maybe. Of course, if we do see another bull run, then of course these conservative things are probably going to get blown out the water, and I'm of course hopeful for that. But yeah, even a 5x, which I believe is extremely conservative, wouldn't even be half of the all-time high that we witnessed back in 2022. So of course, I believe the bullish side of me is going to say that Flux can go way higher, 10 to 20x. But I always like to say conservative. So yeah, conservative side, 5x for Flux in my personal opinion. So apart from that, guys, I'd like to thank you very much for watching the video. Let me know what you think about Flux in the comment section down below. Are you pro Flux? Are you not really into Flux? Just let me know. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you do hit the like button and subscribe as well if you are new around here. Apart from that, I'll see you guys in the very next video. Peace.